Hi, my dear students. We are now in the last phase of our discussion, the chord properties of a circle, and we have nothing much but rather having an application of what we've just discussed about the two properties, external intersection and internal section of the chord. So here we are going to discuss on how best we can apply that knowledge. We first have one example and we have the last one. So here we are given a circle like this one here on the board, right, in which chord P, Q, and P and N, M are intersecting at point X. We are given the values like P to X is 3 centimeters, M to X 6 centimeters, Q to X 2 centimeters. Okay, I've already talked of this one, but we don't have a value for NX. So the question is asking us to find the value of NX, or call it as XN. Right, so here I think you don't have to panic because we've already done everything, we've proved, and the rate of which you don't even bother too much about that. So what we do here, we can just first of all, by representing the distance, say NX, because all other parts of the chords after intersection have got their values. So it'd be like we don't know the value of XN. So let us represent it by a certain variable, say Y. So it means when we find the value of Y, that is the value of what? XN. So now, by the design, students, let's not waste time. We don't look at that one. You just have to come up with the what? Theory that is there about the intersecting chords inside the circle. So here, what you do, think about that. Now from what we do observe, it's just like if chords are intersecting like this, we should expect distance px multiplied by xq should be the same as mx multiplied by what? Xn. Just that. So write that one down. You begin by that one to say P, let me begin by this one here. Whatever, you can write, that was not long. You talk of the Nx multiply by, let me write this one as the bigger value because the x can be disturbed by what? Multiplication sign, multiplied by, talk of xm, that should be equal to px multiplied by xq. Right, by our what? Theory about the intersecting chords. Right, the moment you plot that relationship that exists among the four parts of the chords, then what do? Just substitute what the value of nx. The value of nx is represented by y. Right, and that is of our interest. So here I'll write y multiplied by what? Xm. Xm is given a 6. So here I'll write a 6 is equal to what? Px. What is Px? Is a 3. So I'll write a 3 here. Multiplied by what? Q, xq. What is xq here? Xq is a 2. So you write a 2. Look at that. So what do you have then? This by this give us 6. Y, which is what? 6. So if I'm to find the value of y, what do? We divide both sides by the coefficient of y, which is 6. Here again we do the same. In order to have a normal application of the what? In order not to violate the principles of the equation, you divide by 6, you also divide by 6. So what do you have here? 6 into 6, 1 times y, y. So this one here have what? 6 into 6, 1. So here we consider y as equal to 1. Then we just conclude to say, therefore, since y is representing xn, then we deduce as to say, therefore, xn is equal to what? 1 centimeters. Full stop. Right. So you can appreciate simple as it is. Right. Now, what about the chords which intersect externally? This is about the internal intersection as it is there. So this is what you're going to do and apply. Just substitute and solve for what? For the missing what? Quantity. Let's go now to example 2. Right. So for example 2, it's about the external intersection of the chords. Right. So let's start with here, like this. In the second example, we are given a circle, like this one here. And of course, let me just extend somewhere here up to that, so that it will be at least large enough for you to see. And we are told that here the chord goes to that one, another one starts from there, and it comes inside like this. Look at that. And here I've got XC, the point, this is point B, and this one is point A. A distance from here to that is given as 80 centimeters, and the distance from what? C to D is given as we don't have anything there, in short. And the distance from D to X is given as 4, and distance from X to B is given as B. The question asks us to work out in the value of that is what? We talk of CD. What is the value of CD? Like that. Fine. Just by what we have just introduced in the first example, this time around, I don't think we'll do different. We still have to do the same. What is it? Let's get the relation that exists between the two chords XC, B extended to XC, sorry, AB extended to XC, and CD extended to X. Right. So here, it also be the same. What did we discuss about that? Such that one moment in time, we had to prove for it. To the proof that we had, by similarity, the way we introduced two triangles being similar, we observed that much that have got two chords here, this chord C extended to X and this one CD extended to X. What we have there, it will be like the whole distance from A to X, and you write it here to say AX multiplied by BX. You have got here BX. That should be the same as CX. Look at this one, CX multiplied by DX. Right. So you can see how this property is being applied. Very simple. So then what do you do next? You just substitute. What do I have for AX? AX, A to X. Look at A to X. A to X is just a combination of two values. One of it is 6. This one is 6 here. Right? From here to that, it means now 8 plus 6. That is AX. So instead of writing the repetition of that, I'll just write a 14 here, because 8 plus 6 is 14. Multiplied by BX, our BX is 6. So here I multiplied by 6. And is equal to what? CX. Our CXC is from here up that. But now, what I need is CD. Let me also introduce a variable here. Let it be X. Right. So it means from C to D, what we have just like X plus a 4. So I have here XC plus a 4. Multiplied by what? DX, which is DX here, which is a 4. So it'd be like this one multiplied by a 4 is as good just like attaching a 4 on the other side of the bracket. Right. So once you have that one, then the whole story is done. You need just have to wake up the value of what? X in this equation here. So there you go like this multiplied by this one, you find that this gives us what? 84. And then you go like 4 times this one by clearing the brackets, you have 4 times X give us 4X, and 4 times 4 give us what? 16. Right. What do you do next? Like terms together. So which means the 16 and the 4 must be on one side to have a situation that looks something like this. 84, 16 transported to the left hand side, it will be now negative 16, and that is for X. So when you subtract 84 minus 16, that gives us what? 68. Right. So here we get 68, which is what? 4X. Just very simple mathematics. Then when I'm here, what do? The same, we need the value of X, so we have to get rid of the coefficient of X, which is the 4. So here we divide by 4, the same, the other side we divide by 4, in order not to violate the rules of the equation. So it means 4 and 4 it goes, and here I've got X, and 4 gets into 68. How many times? 17 times. So it means the value of X in this case is what? 17. So here you'll be able to see that the X is representing the distance what? CD. So if X has been found as 17, then this is just as good as saying what? CD is what? 17. So here you conclude that therefore CD is equal to 17, like that. With that, we're done. Right. So you can see that moreover, if we got to go back to all the videos by the link that is down here, you'll be able to see that what we have been discussing here are just all straightforward issues. What is more important, get to know the properties as such. And here we have done a lot. We have not just introduced the properties, and we have even managed to prove. Because in question, in exam again, they may also ask you to prove. So please do again the same. Right, so this concludes the whole topic about the chord properties of a circle. But now, before I go, I'll just leave you one problem that I need you to wake up on at your own free time. Right, and this problem will go like this. Right, because I cannot just leave without giving you something to eat. Right, then means I'm not a good parent. So what we have here is just the circle again, like this one. And what we call that's going to intersect with another one at a point like this one here. This is point T, this is point U, this is AC, this is R, this is V. Right. So have the distance from C to V as 5 centimeters, and that is the S to R. That one is the 4 centimeters, and then T to S is given as 3 centimeters. This is your S. I think I have it well observed it. And also we have got TU is given as A. Right. So the question here is simply asking you to wake up the value of A. Simple that. Right. So with that, it marks the end of this topic. Thank you very much for being together. Remember not to forget about the videos. Please let's start right away from the beginning. There's a link down here to the whole topic. More especially the people who are just joining us. Is there a need that you go back so that you have to be connected with what we have just discussed. Thank you very much for that.